Right now, 5:30, Lexington police arrested and charged a man in connection with the city's second murder of the year.
Details coming up on WKYT this morning. Also, as kids head back to school this morning, parents in Nelson County are worried as a wanted man is still on the loose.
And we're looking across the region. We'll talk all about this forecast with the snow in it coming up in just a few minutes.
This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning from WKYT and welcome in. It is back to school, back to work for many of you, and we're delighted you're with us. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. In 2016, the full week of it is getting off to a chilly start.
Yeah, with a flurry or two out there this morning. You'll notice that if you're driving in. We're going to check in with meteorologist Micah Harris in our First Alert Weather Center. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, some flakes flying around early this morning, and none of this is going to be a big issue this morning. However, you'll get some bursts here and there. Look toward Lewis County if you look up toward the northeast, and then one heading toward, working its way toward the Paint Lick community, or Salt Lick that is, that you're going to be seeing that fly on through here in just a minute. But other than that, a lot of flurries, a couple of flakes here and there. The snow chances in the forecast, not just this morning, but that goes through the day. I'll show you who has the best opportunity for maybe a little accumulation coming up in a few minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. We thank you.
Well, Lexington has seen 2 homicide cases 4 days into the year.
Unbelievable start to the year with violence. No arrest has been made in the first one, but there has been one in the second. WKYT's Mike Byer is live now with the latest on Donald Roark's arrest.
The man who Lexington police say is responsible for one of this year's 2 murders will be arraigned this afternoon. 25-year-old Donald Roark Jr. will have his first hearing at 1 p.m. at the Fayette County District Court. Police say Roark shot and killed 28-year-old Karenz White. This after police say, or according to the Fayette County Coroner's Office, White was shot and killed at the University Trails Apartments on Red Mile Road. Police tell us they initially responded to the apartments for an intoxicated person around 12:30 a.m. Sunday. But upon arrival, they located White in a parking lot with a single gunshot wound to the chest. According to police, White was alert and said he was okay. However, shortly after, he became unresponsive and eventually died at the scene around 1 a.m. Roark is charged with murder and tampering with evidence in the case. Now, White is one of 2 people who have been shot to death in 2016. On New Year's Day, 28-year-old Joseph McDowell was shot and killed. Police are still searching for his killer. Live in Lexington, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you. A man charged with 4 counts of murder and 1 count of fetal homicide will be appearing in court for a preliminary hearing today. Jason Gibson pled not guilty to those charges a week ago in Clay County. Police say Gibson was driving under the influence when his car crossed the center line and hit another car along the Hal Rogers Parkway. A Jackson County man is going to be sentenced this morning over in Laurel County.
Yeah, Justin Wibbles was found guilty of murder and not guilty of wanton endangerment. WKYT's Mark Barber is at our live desk with what we can expect today in court.
Good morning. When Justin Wibbles is sentenced at 9 this morning, Jerry Thompson's family hopes it will bring some closure to the end of a very painful part of their lives.
Ever since he's been gone a year yesterday, it's just, we're living in a nightmare still yet. There's no justice been done.
We spoke with Thompson's family back in June as they were marking the first anniversary of the 61-year-old's death. Today they hope to see justice served, with Justin Wibbles being sentenced to the longest prison sentence possible. The jury has recommended 20 years after finding him guilty of murder. The crash that killed Thompson happened near London on Highway 30 back in June of 2014. That's when Wibbles was speeding around traffic, passing vehicles in the emergency lane. When the 23-year-old crossed the center lane and drove into oncoming traffic, he crashed into Thompson's Dodge van head-on, killing the 61-year-old. Thompson's family has waited 19 months to see Wibbles convicted and sentenced. Now, of course, we are still waiting to see if the judge follows the jury's recommendation. We'll be in the courtroom when Wibbles' sentence is read this morning, and as always, we'll keep you updated on air and online. I'm Mark Barber. Back to you.
Mark, thank you. Police are confirming that a 2-year-old child was hit by a car in Bracken County. The accident happened yesterday in Augusta. That's a small town along the Ohio River. The Ledger Independent reports the child had to be airlifted from the scene. The Augusta Police Department is investigating the accident right now, and no other information has been released at the moment.
Well, parents in Nelson County are worried about their children going back to school this morning because of a wanted man on the loose.
Police say 57-year-old Stephen Halsley was on parole for a burglary charge and for failing to comply with the sex offender registry. He was paroled last month, but he has not checked in with his parole officer in a while. And the sheriff's office says someone spotted him on a trail camera on Icetown Road last week. Parents and school bus drivers are worried about the children's safety there.
Kids, having to stand out in the mornings because parents, have already gone to work and they're by themselves.
And bus drivers are hoping parents will wait with their kids at the bus stop this morning. Halsley has a long criminal history, including rape, assault, burglary, and arson.
Well, one of the men accused of leading police on a wild chase is due back in court today. Antonio Adams faces a list of charges including wanton endangerment and fleeing and evading police. They say he was driving a car last week that struck a police cruiser while trying to get away from a traffic stop. When police later found Adams, they say he was hiding under a vehicle. They'd use a canine to get him out.
2 men are facing charges this morning in connection to a string of gas station burglaries. Lexington police have charged Christopher Giles and Michael Caudle with burglary, criminal mischief, and fleeing and evading. Police say that Giles broke into 2 different gas stations yesterday morning, one an Exxon on Versailles Road and a Marathon on Red Mile. When police arrived at the business on Red Mile, one officer says he saw the men hiding in the front of the store. They both ran off, but they were arrested a short time later. Both men are due in court today. A man will be heading to court as well today to face charges in a stalking situation, as well as violating a protective order, among some other things. Police say William Johnson ran the mother of his children off of the road. And just one day before, police say that Johnson shot out the window of the woman's car and dragged her from it at gunpoint. A witness saw what was happening and was able to get the victim free. This was in the Lexington area.
New this morning, a man is facing charges in connection to a New Year's Eve crash. Lexington police charged Jordan Sharp with driving while under the influence of alcohol and wanton endangerment. On New Year's Eve, police responded to a crash on Georgetown Road. Police say one car crashed into another one at a very high rate of speed. A dog is getting a second chance at life in Lexington.
Lexi was hit by a car in Pulaski County and then taken to a shelter, but she sat injured for 10 days because so many area rescues have been helping with a hoarding case over in Laurel County. Lexi was taken to the Black Dogs Rescue Center in Lexington. The vet said that she had multiple fractures and her tail was also broken. Her rescuers had to make then a tough decision.
Really, by the next day, we had all fallen in love with her, the veterinary staff and our rescue, so we determined that we would do whatever we could to give her a chance.
Let's see what she got.
Lexi took her first steps in weeks yesterday. And once she's healed, she will be going up for adoption. The rescue group is still working to raise money to cover her medical expenses. To find out how you can help with those expenses, you can visit our website, WKYT.com. A Laurel County woman is going to be arraigned in court this morning on charges of animal cruelty. Police removed 178 dogs from Stephanie Field's home back on December 17th after a month-long investigation.
A former teacher who pleaded guilty to having an inappropriate relationship with a student will be back in court this morning. Elizabeth Alexander will go before a judge and ask for early release. Alexander was sentenced to 1 year in prison after police say she admitted to kissing and touching a 15-year-old in her classroom at Scott County High School.
Governor Matt Bevin and Lieutenant Governor Janine Hampton will be hosting the public swearing-in ceremony today of other statewide constitutional officers. 5 officers will be taking the oath of office: Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes, Attorney General Andy Beshear, State Auditor Mike Harmon, State Treasurer Allison Ball, and Ag Commissioner Ryan Quarles. That event will be held in the Capitol Rotunda at 11 o'clock this morning, and it is open to the public. And all but Grimes newcomers to statewide office, so it'll be an interesting morning over in Frankfort.
I'm sure an exciting day for them.
Yep. Time to check live drive traffic this morning, bright and early on this Monday. We anticipate changes, a lot more traffic this morning, as a lot of folks are heading back to school, back to work after the holidays. Right now, though, you're good to go. We have mostly normal traffic flow throughout the region. It does look like the Mountain Parkway is slowed at the moment, according to our current traffic map. We'll check on that situation, but also Bluegrass Parkway showing up that way way as well, so we'll check it out. But right now we do have some flurries in the area this morning.
Yeah.
And that could be just a little bit of a factor in your
An
commute.
exciting start to the school year for all those kids going back to school.
But not enough of it to cause any closures
Yeah,
or delays,
no-
we don't
no
think.
snow days.
Everybody ought to be, come out of there, get ready to go here on your Monday morning. More news coming up on WKYT this morning.
President Barack Obama begins a major push today to tackle gun violence during his final year in office.
Yeah, we're looking at those flakes out and about like Rebecca and Bill were talking about. And look, once that moves on through, that could give us a little accumulation in some spots. And I'll get into that forecast coming up next.